Enterprise TV, a tradition of truth.
All right, if you just joined us, it's still Enterprise Morning on Enterprise TV. You're welcome. The federal government is currently investigating the reported payment made into the private bank account of a civil servant on the order of the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Betta Edu, for vulnerable Nigerians. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, disclosed this on Sunday in a press statement released to the media in Abuja. Edu has come under heavy criticism from diverse Nigerians, that is, for ordering the transfer of 585.2 million naira into the private bank account of a civil servant who is the accountant in charge of grants for vulnerable Nigerians. The minister had issued a memo to the Accountant General of the Federation in December of 2023 ordering the said amount to be paid into the civil servant's private bank account. Although the AG said it was against the civil service rule to pay the government's money into a private bank account, the money was nevertheless paid thus, raising eyebrows from concerned Nigerians. Edu has denied any wrongdoing, though there are still many questions left unanswered by her ministry and the Accountant General's office. In a statement on Sunday, Idris said the federal government acknowledged the concerns raised by the public regarding the alleged payment of funds into a private account by the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation. The statement said further that the federal government, under the leadership of President Bola Tinubu, is transparent and accountable to the people and committed to ensuring that public funds are allocated and utilized effectively and efficiently to address the needs of Nigerians. I still have with me in the studios Mr. Olusegun Okunade, who is still in the studios with us. Thank you so very much, sir, for still being part of our show today.
Thank you very much.
Yes. And joining us right about now is Barrister Tunji Abdul Hamid. Sir, you're welcome to Enterprise Morning today.
Thank you very much.
Happy weekend. Happy weekday.
Thank you very much.
All right.
My pleasure.
Yes. So this is making big headlines, and Nigerians are talking about it. Nigerians are distressed, and it is becoming an issue of shame to our nation and the way we run business in this country. And the big question now is, why did it take Bola Tinubu so much time to understand the antecedents of this woman, knowing where she's coming from and knowing the controversies and the scandal that was coming from where she held political office in across River State? So let me start with you, Barrister Tunji Abdul Hamid.
I don't really get the question for me is how do I say it? Because if you say why did you take the president or why did to this long? I believe the president did not believe what you believe. He's not seeing what you are seeing.
So what is the president seeing?
Those antecedents you are talking about, it's not known to the president. It's not seen by the president.
Oh, wow.
When you say knowing the antecedents,
yes.
So if he's choosing her as a minister, it shows that he was not aware of any bad antecedents. So that's what it means for her to be nominated by the president. So the president did not. I will not agree with you that the president knows that. Antecedents.
Okay, politically the president is not aware.
I'm not whether politically or otherwise. I'm not aware that he knows, because if he knows, he will not appoint her. You see, this is not it's a serious issue, and I'm one of those, and it's giving way to what I, particularly myself, I'm saying that look, you cannot create an environment that will give people opportunity to steal money, or that will or create programs that has no basis or on how to check those programs. You are creating an avenue for people to steal money,
exactly.
And that's what is there. And you can see now that that is coming to light. I don't believe that we are ripe to have this kind of a social intervention program. We are not. Where are the data to confirm who are collecting the money? a situation, I don't even believe in it, because a situation whereby those who will share the money will be collecting 100,000 or thousands of naira or millions of naira weekly or monthly, and those who are, they'll be sharing the money to be collecting 20,000 naira. Because you can see there's another, apart from this 500 something million, there's another allegation against that regarding flight ticket and all those things for people going to Kogi State that has no airport, and they are paying what's it called? They are allocating the flight ticket over 200 per person. I'm not saying that is too big. 20,000 naira is not big for a flight from one place to another in Nigeria today, because a single flight can even cost you, just from Ilorin to Lagos, it can cost you 120,000 naira or 80,000 and above. So if the point is that there is no airport in the Kogi State. The point is that Kogi State or Lokoja or whatever they are going is about 3 hours to Abuja, and they are spending 70 something billion or a million or something for that purpose, and they are going to share, to determine how to share 20,000 to people. Those that will share are collecting millions. Those that will collect are collecting 20,000 of naira. That kind of project is not. And we have been told by this woman that this project will not require anybody giving anybody money, that it will be paid directly into those beneficiaries' accounts. Why are we hearing this now? Why? So, for me, the president has not even showed the right step, as far as I'm concerned. The issue of we're investigating, we are aware, we are doing something, I think is not enough, because I am aware the social investment man, a woman, her own, it was just, when Alleviation was made, it was immediately suspended. So, and there's no suspension regarding this one now. So it shows clearly that the president is even doing a discriminatory approach in this manner. As far as I'm concerned, he ought to have been suspended to allow for proper. I don't even think there's any much investigation here. There are only a few questions to be asked. Was it true that you transferred this money was transferred to a private account? Was it true that you approved it? Were you aware of it? All these answers are positive. Once he says yes, it's contravention of the law. The law is clear that you cannot transfer public fund into a private account. That's the violation of the law. Section 1713 of the Financial Regulation Act 2009. So if those questions have been answered, and then the Accountant General, who should be asked, has already said that look, we did not even approve it. He said that so I don't see much investigation in this issue again. The only few questions will be asked, and then within hours they should get their report. I don't expect them to start setting up committees and all these things to say go and verify whether or not this is not. And for me, like I said again, the woman ought to have been asked to step aside for now, by now. And for me, it's also a clear indication that look, corruption is not about age, it's not about gender, it's not about where you come from. Corruption is about your attitude, it's about is in you. And the Nigerian system, like I said, allows for it. Majority of Nigerians who are even talking today, even those of us who are talking, the system will, if they are not even corrupt, the system will corrupt
you.
So we need to work on our system. This attitude of relying on individuals to perform miracle will not help our system. We need to put up a system that will not allow dishonesty to happen. We hear the social investment programs abroad. I've never had anybody accused of cyberbullying anybody meant for this social investment. But in Nigeria, the former minister is being questioned regarding that. This one too, just 7 months in office. So if she's using 8 years now, I think she will buy Nigeria.
Minister Okunwade, I know you have said so much about the rot in the system, especially when it comes to getting our policies right and civil servants not doing what they're supposed to do, and people who head them not ensuring that people under them do what they are expected to do. I would love you to help us break this down. Okay, how is it possible that with all the expensive digital system that we have and all, how is it possible that such is done and it goes below the radar?
You see, most of the time when you talk about this IT investment, I laughed at it because there are still people behind the scene If you see any platform, whether accounting or anything, people wrote the code that you are riding on. So if you are influenced, how are you going to stand your ground? My friend made mention of something. Individually, what is your value proposition when you are in power or in place of authority? And that's why I said that we need a reorientation as citizens in this country. Betta Edu, the younger generation are actually clamoring for get us involved. We need to be involved.
True.
The antecedent of the youngest governor in the last administration is still there. I'm sure you know a lot of things that YY did for those in Kogi. And people were actually expecting so much. But what did we get out there? Look at Betty. Let's even ignore that of antecedent, as you've said. Don't forget that majority of those people are actually nominated to the president. And it's based on the trust. Let's just put it practically. If tomorrow Tunji becomes a governor, Tunji is my very good friend. He will contact me, Sheson, my very good fellow in several areas. I know that this particular position may be too small for you in my cabinet. Can you, because of our relationship and the trust I have in you, recommend someone of good pedigree? It's subjective. Who am I recommending? Somebody that will definitely take to my instruction that is recommending him to Tunji. I'm sure you know that.
True.
So majority of the people you see at the corridor of power today, you can blame the president for having them, but it's based on trust. So now imagine if I give such person, because of my relationship with Tunji over years, do you think he would doubt my recommendation? The answer is he will do his due diligence. Even when they are asking questions, you can ask questions, and I can decide to defend that person. That actually, you see, those things that have happened, the way we all normally have it. And that's why I'm happy that he's here today. I will just tell them, don't mind them, Tunji. There are allegations against this person. They are just the evildoers, those that actually want to bring him or her down, that are raising those things. So most of the time is trust element. And you see, he is actually saying by now they should have suspended him. It's a function of the closeness of who recommends you to the man at the center that determines the punishment we have on you. This can go. You saw what happened during Baba Buhari's administration. It's about how close the power that be the power block. Because when you pull out those things, you have pulled out my own slots. And we may not find it interesting as an individual. And that's why it will take me back to it to say that when a system works, it's not about an individual. A system will expose some of these flaws of what certain, because it keeps tracks. Let's go to social media. If you do certain things on social media, 10 years to come, they will put it to your face.
True.
I've seen instances of things are posted 5 years. Facebook will remind you, do you still want to reshare?
Post,
Or you want to, so you ask yourself, was this thing posted years back? And that's why I feel that if we have a system that works, some of those things you have said will be open to the person that is coming up as the leader to say, okay, this person you're actually recommending to me. Because you see, at least it was talk of the time when Wike was saying that the president wrote all the 36 governors to recommend people for ministerial appointment. And nobody will say that they did not present anyone. You discover that people of opposition party presented people from their states to be part of the cabinet. So the truth of it is individual greed that we keep preaching against, and the value proposition of those in authority are questionable. So if we don't have a system that works, there is nothing anybody is going to do. But I know the question will be, who is to build the system?
True.
It is still the same set of politicians that we are. I'm sure what is happening to Betta today, I doubt, and quote me, I doubt if anything will happen to him. We have series of investigation that has happened before now. What is the end result? It's always plea bargaining or apology. What happened as an individual, and she comes and say, I was actually misled to have actually, and I'm apologizing, this will not repeat itself again. You see people still begging and say, okay, let's forgive her and let's move on. Until we have a system that works and expose the shortfalls, some of the antecedents of these previous people to make sure that they are not, you see, once you are in the clique, it takes heaven to pull you out. And it's part of what we discussed at the newspaper review.
Reviews, yeah.
You ask yourself the question, what is Autumn saying? Was Autumn a supporter of Ashiwaju? Well, he's seeking for relevance. Because all the wealth he actually gathered is reducing.
It's diminishing.
Day by day. And he needs to look at it that, okay, we are 5 in this business. The remaining 4 are limited of what they did. And I went opposite way. I'm losing out. Let me retrace back my step. And that's the politics that will play in the country. There is no value proposition. There is no value. There are people that they should not be opening their mouth in the public that have served this country. But what do we get? They are still the same set of people that dictates the faith of the citizen. Betta Edu, even if he's removed with some of these allegations, give him few years to come. I keep telling the individual, it's a matter of time. If Desiani is able to overcome his health challenges, he will still come to this nation.
And vie for
position. If not even minister, he can become a governor. That is the kind of value proposition. We encourage stealing, thinking that we are curbing those things because our system, permeates it, allow it to go. No serious punishment will you entrench. The only time we put sledgehammer, we use sledgehammer to kill ants. If it is one junior staff of level 7 or 8 that is misappropriating fund to buy phone for the director, I'm sure the sledgehammer you eat on that person. But what happens to someone who is level 17, who is actually micromanaging account and some other things that we are not punishing? So this is what I would say, that our system is faulty. We don't have an institution, and our value proposition are so much gone down the drain that all we celebrate is people that has money, and you are able to flaunt it, in the presence of people. You can always have your way.
Now, let me ask, what do you think is the gravity or the legal complexity of the law she has broken?
No, it's very simple. I said it when I was doing my first, when I was making my first contribution. I said that, look, there's one core section once, there's this law called Financial Regulation Act 2009, and there's section 713 of that act, which prohibits payment of public money into private accounts, and also prohibit paying private money into that public account. And it went further to say, look, when that happens, anyone who does that person will be seen as having a fraudulent intention. In other words, he has intent to defraud. So, and that is the law, as far as I'm concerned, if what we are hearing is correct, that will be the law she has broken. The law that says, look, you cannot transfer public money into private accounts. And this is what we're hearing. And she has not denied that. She hasn't denied that. What she's saying that, look, the person is a project director. Is that account a government account? That project director that you're transferring into this account, or is he a beneficiary?
Or a vendor?
It's not. So if you are saying the law has been in breach, and that's why I say there's not much investigation to be done here.
And you think there's no technicality that can protect? No.
I will pick up on TG. I'll pick up on TG for this, because Betty will get lawyers.
I will not be surprised. You can see already that just last week or so, a woman heading an agency under her control was alleged of similar offense. What happened? She was suspended immediately. What happened to her own? Nothing has been said regarding her position. What we have just added that, give us time, we are looking into it. What has happened to her, or what will happen to her? Why not also ask her to go and to step aside before now? So when we have a selective way of disciplining our people, when you encourage corruption by not punishing people who are corrupted, who are corruption allegation on their heads, when you are not pursuing corruption allegation against people who are in power, you see this kind of a thing. You see, we are just deceiving ourselves. It's our politics. Majority of those people today in government, majority of them, They have one allegation or the other on their neck, yet they are still being voted for. Yet they are still being seen as a minister. Most of the ministers, when they were appointed, there are questions regarding
that. Exactly.
And unfortunately for us, we would not have National Assembly who would do a thorough screening. Because what they did, as far as I'm concerned, is not screening. As far as I'm concerned, they did not do any screening. That was not screening. That was just a theater or drama or just confirmation of the nominees. Because when you say you are screening, you want to employ somebody in your organization here now, you are the one who wants to screen that person, that is even giving an accolade regarding that person. I know him very well. Don't ask him that. I know he's a very good man. He's qualified. What's it called? What they call it? Bend down. What they say?
Take a bow.
Take a bow. And
take
go.
A bow.
Because somebody came and then the only thing she did was to cry. And after crying, they say, take a bow and go. And that is screening. Just because she cried. Sentiments. Somebody was dragged 8 years ago when the former president came into power. He was dragged, was in court every day. He was doing drama in court. He will come with a wheelchair to court. He will come with that. That person today now is a member of APC. Soon you will hear them announce another appointment for him. That will be something too. And so many of them like that. So and you see, so how do you now destroy corruption? There is no way you will, because those who have been seen as corrupt people are not being punished. So if you don't punish people who are seen as corrupt elements, people, particularly those who are in the leadership, you will see a similar situation. And for me, I'm not sure this president is ready to do this. If the president is ready, this is where I will know. And this is a test for the president to show that he actually wants to fight corruption. But I will not be surprised because you cannot, if you are also not if your hand is not too clean, if you also have allegation against you, so many of corrupt allegations against you, you will not be bold enough to even attack people with a corrupt allegation. That's what I see. That may be the obstacle before our president. I'm not saying the president has been convicted for any offense, but there are enough whether that's not in doubt that there are allegations of corruption against our president. So whether he has been what's it called? He has been convicted of it, whether he has been proven beyond reasonable doubt before the court, that's a different case. But what I'm saying, I'm not talking about conviction. I'm talking about allegation. When you have allegations of corruption against you, you will not be free. You will not be free to also interrogate people with a corrupt allegation against them. So this is where I have a problem. And like I said, it's a bit more test for the president. This particular Betta, because I know she's one of the favored what's it called, minister of in this administration. And you see this minister, she's very brilliant. She's very intelligent. She's articulate. And then notwithstanding, you see, when you just appoint people based on sentiments, based on what's it called, you get this. So and it's not about articulation. It's not about being beauty. It's not about being intelligent. It's about what you can bring to board. Like you said, I'm not aware of our antecedents. I thought that this investigation would have been done before they were appointed, but that is not done. So as far as I'm concerned, there might not be any. Just like you said, I will not be surprised if nothing happened thereafter. If thereafter she was just asked to resign and go and sleep in her house and nothing thereafter happened, I will not be surprised. So if nothing happened to her in terms of a prosecution, in terms of if at all the allegations are not saying the allegations correct, if allegations are
if it's found to be true,
so I will not be surprised if nothing happens.
Yeah, you wanted to chip in something.
Yeah, always a good time when I have my friend here, to discuss issue because of what lawyers are doing. You see, I'm happy he said even the president and so many people at the power of authority, there were allegations against them. Yeah, it's always an allegation, even when it's conspicuous to our face, that these people have actually, this one we're talking about, Betta Edu, is still an allegation. Yeah. Even though she has owned up that, yes, we approved it to be paid into the project director's, account, given our reason, which implies that she has flouted the law quoted by my friend, you know, which is punishable. But the truth will be that, why do you want to crucify her? It's still an allegation. We need to take her to the court, and we should get a good lawyer, about 75 SAN, which she will use some of the funds to come and defend her, and they will defend her very well. Looking at, you know, I said it at the first, looking at the lapses, the loopholes, to make sure that she goes scot-free. And tomorrow, after looking at it, I don't want to spend so much money again, she will take a bow on her own and say, okay, I'm tending my resignation letter, at least to go and enjoy that which she has. That's what a lot of those politicians are doing, and it's quite disheartening that it is the citizens that are feeling the breach, you know, the major issue. I know my friend has never been supportive of it because this is democracy. But people like us, we always say, even this that has happened is enough to just, not just sack her, let her face the capital punishment.
It cannot be enough. If it's enough, our president will not be on seat today.
Because a lot of things,
if allegation of crime is enough
to say capital punishment,
to say it will amount to punishment, or to say you are go and sit down somewhere, our president will not be on seat.
Because the system, the system allowed those allegations to have its way without serious punishment.
Yes,
I am saying that once you establish certain things, it will even serve as deterrent. You'll be careful not to enter into the trap so that you will not be punished. But situation where somebody, permit me, the last is the Accountant General, Auditor General, that was alleged, even because till now it's still an allegation. The last I heard of him was being given a chieftaincy title in Kano. So what do you say to that? So if I'm a young person, let truth be told, if I'm a young person, so you expect me, I was in a particular program where somebody was telling me, I still don't understand this, your straightforward nature and this thing. You won't last. People that are straightforward don't last in terms of business, even in the private sector. So the truth is, somebody has been alleged, like my lawyers will say, of misappropriating our fund. And the only thing, because he has built wonderful edifice in his village, created school with the money that he has stolen, to give him, you know, the chieftaincy title. It has even crippled into religious setting. Just have the money and come in terms to make sure that you provide those money. If you are not, even it's cut across all the religious setting. They will create a seat for you to tell you that this is your seat that you have used your money to procure. And nobody, even if you travel for 6 months, nobody have that seat to sit. Even if you're on the sick bed, you will still be cutting short, because it's all about money. And that's why I keep saying that our value proposition to things, we need to have reorientation. What do you celebrate? What do you encourage? What do you do out there? If people that are stealing the money are even being given chieftaincy title, being given recognition in the church and amongst the religious houses, then what you are telling the youth that the shortest cut to making wealth in life is by going that short way, and once you get it, steal 10 billion and give 1 billion back. The remaining 9 million, what happened to it? It's plea bargaining. Is that not what we call it? You give 1 billion out of 10 billion, and you go back and expend the remaining 9 million, which you now use again to oppress the people that you have stolen their taxpayers' money. It's quite disheartening, but that's where we find ourselves as a nation, within the context of nation. System must work, institution must be built, and it's not built by those from the other climes. It's still from the same set of people that God has created in this nation. I keep saying it, this country is blessed with everything that is needed, both human resources, the natural resources. All we need is the commitment on the part of every individual, right from the grassroots to high up there, because those that are leading us today did not come from heaven. It starts from the grassroots. And when they recommend you, how much are you able to deliver in terms of quality with transparency to make things happen?
Exactly. That is just an awesome motivational speech and submission by Mr. Olusegun Okunade. I am loving this, and I think it's very important at this time that as Nigerians, it's important that we take a look at our value propositions and ask ourselves, what is exactly we as a people, what are we bringing to the table? And whatever it is we're bringing to the table, is it worth bringing to the table. Thank you so very much for being part of our show today. I'd love to say a big thank you to Mr. Olusegun Okunwade. Thank you so very much, sir, for being part of our show. A fellow.
If you introduce an SAN and you not put that SAN,
yes,
that's committed an offense.
And that's why I brought the lawyer. So, one thing I love about the legal,
to be a fellow in
one thing I love about the legal profession is that they don't take slightly those things we take slightly in our profession. You dare not have a son in the house and you don't put that son. He will be looking at you, may not even respond to you. Accommodating because we deal with money. So even if you call me a chartered accountant, is about Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much, sir. And to you, Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid, thank you so very much, sir, for always making our discussion a fun-filled one. Thank you so very much, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. All right. So to wherever it is you're watching from, we'd love to say thank you. Thank you so very much for being part of our show today. But please do well to visit our website at www.enterprisetvnews.com. Follow us on all our social media platforms at Enterprise TV7. Subscribe to our YouTube channel also at Enterprise TV7. I'll see you for yet another awesome discussion tomorrow.
Enterprise TV, a tradition of